Have you ever stopped to realize how much your face carries throughout the day? Not just impurities or pollution, but subtle imprints, energetic residues that accumulate without being seen. That feeling of fatigue, the heavy gaze, the sense of being drained from within, all of that could be the result of external energies that you silently absorb. And the worst part? Most people are completely unaware of this process. They feel exhausted, overwhelmed, emotionally depleted, but they don't understand the true source of this weariness. So they invest in expensive treatments, sophisticated creams, and rejuvenation promises that never touch the root of the problem. What many don't know is that the solution lies in something extremely simple. So simple that it becomes invisible to those who seek complicated answers. Two natural elements, present on our planet since the beginning, hold profound transformative power: water and salt. Water is one of the greatest conductors of energy that exists. It flows, dissolves, cleanses, renews. The ancients did not see it merely as a physical resource, but as a spiritual vehicle. Salt, especially sea salt or pink salt, holds in its crystalline structure the ability to structure and protect. When used with intention and presence, this duo has the power to restore the balance of your energetic field and dissolve the emotional and vibrational burdens you absorb daily, especially through the face. It's not an exaggeration to say that your face functions like an energetic sponge. It is the part of you most exposed, most connected to the outer world. With every social interaction, in every dense environment, with every intense gaze, it registers signals. Small traces that, accumulated, form a kind of fog, a subtle weight that settles on your skin and your state of mind. By the end of the day, when you feel exhausted without having done anything physically intense, it's very likely that this energetic accumulation is at the heart of your sensation. That's why transforming the act of washing your face into a small daily ritual can radically change your relationship with your own energy. It's more than hygiene. It's a moment of reconnection, purification, and reorganization. It's a call back to yourself. Imagine starting or ending the day with the awareness that, by touching your face with water and salt, you are cleansing not only the skin but everything that clung to your subtle field. Difficult conversations, heavy emotions, judgmental looks, tensions, all of it can be transmuted in this simple gesture. This practice doesn't require grand ceremonies. Just mix some sea salt in warm water, cup your hands, and wash your face with intention. As you do, take a deep breath and visualize everything that doesn't belong to you being washed away. Make it a sacred moment, even if it lasts only 2 minutes. At the end, observe how you feel. Lighter, clearer, more whole. The ancients knew this. In Egypt, water was used in purification rituals that connected the physical body with higher planes of consciousness. Salt was spread across temples and pathways to ward off imbalanced influences and protect sacred spaces. The Celts used salt to create invisible boundaries of protection around their homes. Tibetan monks still use salt today in mandalas that represent spiritual order. This is not superstition. It is ancestral wisdom. Wisdom that has survived the ages because it works. Water retains memory. Each drop carries the information of everything it has touched. It is both a vehicle and a mirror. When you use it with awareness, it responds. Salt in turn organizes, crystallizes, and protects. It seals the energetic field, bringing structure after release. When used together, these elements create a powerful synergy that activates deep healing mechanisms. The body recognizes the gesture. The cells respond. The soul awakens. And the most surprising part is how visible this change becomes. Many people report that after a few days of practicing this ritual, others start to notice something different in them, even without knowing what changed. The eyes look brighter, the expression lighter, the presence more radiant. You begin to recover parts of yourself that once seemed lost. Mental clarity, focus, serenity. And all this through an act you already do daily, but now with consciousness and purpose. The face is the mirror of the soul. It is also the altar where the world leaves its marks. When you turn this space into a point of reconnection with your essence, everything around you starts to reorganize. Life flows with more lightness, relationships become more balanced, challenges lose part of their weight. And most importantly, you reconnect with your true source of energy, the one that comes from within, that doesn't depend on the external, and can be cultivated through small conscious gestures. Don't wait for burnout to knock on your door to realize that you can do things differently. Try it. Set aside a few minutes today for this simple ritual. Notice how you feel before and after. And if it makes sense to you, share this knowledge with others. Spreading reconnection practices is one of the most powerful forms of collective awakening. Your energy is your greatest asset. Taking care of it is an act of self-love and an essential step on the path of consciousness. Transformation begins with you in the now. And maybe all you need to do today is wash your face with presence. The human face is much more than what we show the world. It is, in essence, a visible extension of the soul, a sensitive surface where our emotions, experiences, and everything we absorb from the environment are imprinted. Every feature, every expression line, every slight tension stored in the facial muscles reveals more than we can imagine. Spiritual specialists like energy therapists and ancestral masters have always said that the face is one of the main channels of energetic intake and expression. Through it, we absorb thoughts, intentions, glances, emotional tensions. And it's also through it that this accumulated charge gradually begins to distort our energy. Imagine, for a moment, your face as a living mirror, constantly reflecting the real state of your inner world. Each microexpression is a silent language, telling stories you may not consciously remember. When these energies accumulate without being released, they become blocks. And these blocks, although subtle, not only alter our outward appearance but dim the original light that emanates from our deepest essence. That's why, after emotionally heavy days or draining interactions, you can look in the mirror and see signs of fatigue that go beyond the physical. You see emotional imprints. You see the weight of things that, often, aren't even yours. This is where the power of a simple yet deeply transformative ritual comes in. Washing your face with water and salt. This gesture, which at first may seem trivial, is actually a powerful energetic practice that allows us to release what doesn't belong to us and restore the integrity of our vibrational field. Water, fluid by nature, acts as a silent ally that penetrates subtle layers and carries away emotional residue, unprocessed tensions, and the invisible traces of everything that has imprinted on our face throughout the day. Salt, in turn, works as an energetic stabilizer. It reorganizes, protects structures, and acts as a vibrational filter, preventing external energies from continuing to infiltrate our inner space. When this ritual is performed with presence and intention, something much deeper happens. It's not just a surface cleansing. It's a true energetic reset. Water brings back emotional fluidity, helping to dissolve what crystallized as tension. Salt, upon touching the skin, seals the release, offering a base of protection so that the new energy can circulate freely. In this gesture, we are telling our body, our soul, and the universe, I choose what I want to carry. I take responsibility for my field. I return to my center. This practice becomes, over time, an act of personal sovereignty, a point of reconnection with who we truly are. And the more it's done with awareness, the more we notice its effects. Emotions flow more easily, the mind gains clarity, and the body feels lighter. It's as if we return home, as if we are finally occupying our inner space again, free from the interference that distances us from our authenticity. Ancestral wisdom across cultures has long understood this power. In feng shui, for example, Salt is used to purify spaces and restore the natural energy flow. In Eastern spiritual traditions, it is seen as an earth crystal capable of absorbing and transmuting everything out of harmony. When applied to the face, the same principle applies. You subtly create an energetic barrier that defines what may or may not enter your personal field. This is not superstition, it's vibrational care. Many people don't realize it, but the first hours of the morning set the tone for the entire day. That's why doing this ritual as soon as you wake up, before connecting to social media, news, or even other people, is essential. This should be your moment. A space of silence, of presence, with warm water, symbolizing the balance between active and receptive energy, and a calm environment. When you look in the mirror, avoid the automatic impulse to judge. Don't turn this moment into a session of self-criticism. Instead, look at yourself with kindness. Recognize every mark, every line as part of your path. Honor your journey. The way we see ourselves directly affects how energy flows in our bodies. When we look with acceptance, we create space for purification to happen without resistance. Water and salt don't work miracles alone. They are conductors. The true transformation arises from the combination of conscious intention and the wisdom of these elements. So allow yourself to experience this moment as something sacred, because it truly is. With time, this small gesture repeated with presence becomes something greater, a portal of reconnection. It begins to influence not only your personal energy, but also how you relate to the world. Daily tensions still exist, but they no longer stick to you. Emotions come, but they flow. Encounters happen, but they don't destabilize you. Because now there is greater clarity, firmer protection, and cleaner energy circulating within you. And perhaps that's the beauty of it all. Understanding that, in an increasingly fast-paced and noisy world, it's the simple rituals that truly bring us back to center. Washing your face with water and salt isn't about aesthetics. It's about energy, about presence, about awareness. It's about choosing, every day, to begin again with more lightness, more clarity, and more truth. And that choice is within your reach. Now, whenever you want to return to yourself, there is a silent wisdom behind conscious repetition. Monks and meditators around the world know this. They don't repeat gestures out of habit, but out of understanding. They know that when a seemingly simple act is done with presence, it becomes a key that opens doors to levels of perception and states of being that most people never access. And that's when the practice of washing the face with water and salt, done with intention, transcends the ordinary and becomes something far greater than a hygiene habit. Your sink can become your altar, your mirror a portal, and the beginning of each morning, a sacred opportunity for realignment. As this gesture becomes part of your routine, it turns into an anchor, a point of return, an essential moment that marks the start of your day with clarity and purpose. This small practice, done consistently, establishes a solid energetic foundation upon which you can build your actions, relationships, and decisions. It prepares your body and energetic field to face the challenges ahead, strengthening your inner presence and emotional stability. But the deepest effects of this practice are not immediate. They reveal themselves over time, subtly but powerfully. It's in consistency that true transformation happens. As you repeatedly purify your face, something begins to change, not just on the outside, but mainly within. After all, the face is not just a surface. It's also a direct reflection of what we carry in our inner world. Every frequent emotion, recurring thought, and chronic emotional state manifests there, even if you don't consciously realize it. Over time, washing your face with water and salt ceases to be a mere physical act and becomes a process of energetic reprogramming. This subtle reorganization influences not only your appearance, but also how others perceive you. Your gaze becomes brighter, Facial expressions relax. There's a growing naturalness in your presence, a lightness that begins to radiate beyond the skin. Your energy begins to flow more freely, and this changes the atmosphere around you. Without even understanding why, people begin to notice something different in you. You seem more centered, more luminous, more balanced. And this new presence creates a ripple effect. Your interactions become smoother, your relationships more constructive, your encounters more meaningful. By regularly purifying your energy field, you not only feel better, you begin to occupy a different space in the world. A more authentic, stable, aligned space with who you truly are. This inner alignment directly reflects on the quality of your relationships and the clarity of your decisions. You begin to attract situations and people who vibrate in harmony with this new version of yourself. Over time, this morning ritual becomes something greater, a symbol of your energetic sovereignty, a daily reminder that you have the power to choose what stays in your field and what must be released. This conscious choice deepens until it becomes your natural state. You develop an inner radar, a refined perception that allows you to discern, almost intuitively, what nourishes and what drains. And without effort, you begin to filter the world more wisely. This new ability for vibrational discernment is one of the most powerful fruits of this practice. It transforms the way you live your everyday life. Instead of reacting to external pressures, you begin to respond with presence. Instead of absorbing others' energies, you learn to maintain the integrity of your own field. And this state of authenticity and clarity becomes your new foundation of existence. Few people manage to reach this level of inner freedom, but it is available. And it begins with a gesture so simple it seems impossible it holds such power. Now that you know this practice, the real question is no longer whether it works. The answer lies in who practices it. The question is, will you let this knowledge fade away like so many others you once found and forgot? Or will you choose to try it, to do it, to experience it for yourself? How many times have you discovered something valuable and left it for later? And that later never came. This time the opportunity is here. It's accessible. It's in your hands every morning. All it takes is a little water, a pinch of salt, and the willingness to begin with presence. There are no excuses. No extra time, money, or advanced knowledge is needed. Only the decision to turn an automatic habit into a conscious ritual. And this choice, as small as it may seem, can deeply change your energy, your clarity, and your relationship with the world. Everything begins with how you start your day, and how you start your day often determines the quality of everything that comes next. Are you ready to claim this power? Or will you keep letting invisible forces decide for you? The choice, as always, is in your hands. And it begins now.